Hello again, and welcome to the Enterprise Joy podcast. I'm Vishal, your mover and shaker of strategic clarity, and today is Saturday, which means we are wrapping up our week's theme, the strategy of saying no. Here with some reflections and a reset for your next week. This week was all about one of the hardest, most strategic moves in leadership, saying no. Not out of fear, not out of ego, but out of clarity. So what we did cover this week was that we began with the theme with a deceptively simple insight that saying yes too much is not generosity, it's debt, cognitive debt, strategic debt, and the research backed it. I shared studies that showed that each interruption we allow, each unguarded yes, can cost us up to 23 minutes of focus time. Multiply that across the week, you are underwater by Wednesday. So we asked, how do we say no without burning bridges, of course? And that's where the ERASE framework came up, backed by the work of Vanessa Bones and Sunita Saha, who have studied psychology of saying no, and their findings are clear. People respect clarity more than compliance. So saying no with empathy, reasoning, and alternatives helps build trust, and the ERASE framework helps us do that. Then midweek became a bit tougher. We asked if saying no could boost performance. So the works of Amy Edmondson and a ton of organizational behavior research that showed us that psychological safety plus clarity creates high-performing environments. Turns out leaders who say no kindly but firmly, who protect the team's focus, they actually create safer spaces. Because the team knows the boundaries, they are not guessing what's okay and what's not. Then on Thursday, we shifted gears from intention to infrastructure, because saying no once is hard, but making it stick, that's a whole different game. So we explored no-friendly systems, the rituals, the boundary audits, the delegation norms, decision-making. It's what organizational theorists Feldman and Pentland describe as routines that become self-reinforcing. And yesterday was my favorite. We ended with a bang saying no to good ideas, only for greater ones. Because not all good ideas deserve your time. Opportunity cost, which is a timeless concept in economics, tells us that every yes hides a silent no to something else. And when you start seeing your time, your focus, your team's energy as precious capital, you stop throwing it at every shiny object. In fact, one of the most powerful stories of this mindset comes from Apple. Tim Cook once said, "We say no to good ideas every day in order to keep the amount of things we focus on very small in number." He didn't say bad ideas, he said good ideas. And Steve Jobs said the same. Innovation is saying no to 1,000 things. They built a legacy not by chasing ideas, but by protecting focus. And the world took notice. That's what this week was about. Protecting focus, choosing clarity, and designing leadership not as reaction, but as a discipline. So here's how you reflect this week. Grab a coffee, open a notepad, or just stare at the ceiling. What's the one yes you said this week that diluted your focus? And what's the one no you should have said, not because the idea was bad, but because something better deserved the space? Don't beat yourself about it, just write it down. And next week, try one shift. Maybe it's a no meeting hour, maybe it's a team ritual, maybe it's just telling your calendar what actually matters. And if you have got a story, a win, or even a no that didn't land well, and you're wondering why, send it over to podcast@enterprisejoy.com and we can have a chat about it. Tomorrow, we start a new theme. If you have enjoyed what you have heard so far, then hit that follow or simply show up tomorrow. Until then, keep your yeses sacred and your no's kind. I'm Vishal, and this is the Enterprise Joy podcast, enterprise strategies for leaders in under 5 minutes.